Hi, this is Kevin with KGM Jam, owner of ProAdvertisersClub, a totally free site to advertise. Go to ProAdvertisersClub.com, join for free today, and start advertising for free. Okay, this video is going to be about my journey en route to getting the Tom Brady carbon statue. It is the lowest level of statue that you can get. There's 5 different levels. There's ruby, sapphire, emerald, carbon, and platinum. And like I said, carbon's the lowest one, or uh, there's more carbon there is of the other ones. But anyway, I'll get into that in a second. So how this all started was I was working on my computer. I was part of DraftKings. I had heard about the Tom Brady drop, and months ago, like back in August, and it had already happened. That was the access drop, and all that did was give you an NFT that if you owned it, you could buy the pack early. You had early access. It's called an early access pass, and but when I went there, they were all sold out. Never went back. So I get this phone call, and this person who shall not be named was driving home, telling me that the packs were going on sale, blah, blah, blah. And so I shoot over to the website, DraftKings, and they were selling the packs to the public. There was only a certain amount. And at the time, it was $220 a pack. So by the time I jumped on and bought me a pack, I got it for $248. And I had the one pack. It's sold out. Boom. So you had to wait. I think it was, I can't remember how many days till you could open the pack. It was maybe 3 days. And so let's say on the third day, I videotaped this. The sound wasn't working, so I have no sound. But I'm going to go ahead and show you what I got. Now, there's one card or one NFT in this pack. This is the pack, and it's going to see here where it says sell pack. I could have sold it if I went. Now, the open pack just happened. I think it was like at 4 o'clock on a Friday afternoon or Tuesday afternoon or something like that. So anyway, so now I'm going to open it. Open pack. There it goes. And there was 16,600 of these containers. That's for everything, which is a very low mint for anything. And I'll go into that later, why that's such a big deal. So I had no idea what I was going to get. And here's what I got. I got the Tom Brady Carbon Combine jersey, number 354 is yours. That's the number out of, I think it's 1,300 or 14. That's 1,400 for the shirt. So anyway, so that's what I got. And I didn't know at that time what I'm supposed to do with it. So here is the carbon. Let's open this up and listen to this. Okay. And that's what I got. So as I'm sitting there looking at this shirt that I realize is not a Tampa Bay or New England's, it's unlicensed, is what it finally dawned on me. I hadn't really checked into it. So I've got this unlicensed shirt, number 12. It says, okay, this one is number 1 because this shirt represents that picture, what he was saying. That was Tom Brady's voice, by the way. When he got drafted, they took a picture of him without a shirt on and just shorts and his tennis shoes. And his physique wasn't the greatest. In fact, for being an NFL quarterback, it was absolutely not good at all. So, and he'll admit it. He'll be the first to admit he wasn't big into weightlifting or anything like that. So, so I'm like, okay, so now what? Now there's 1,300 of these, right? Which is an incredibly low mint number. This is the carbon. Now the ruby has like maybe 75, 80. That's the most expensive one. So I start reading about it like I should have done before I even bought the pack. And it tells me that if I want to get the immortal statue right here, this is what you want to get. What you have to do is collect all 5 different carbon collectibles, and then at no additional cost, you will get for free the Tom Brady Carbon Premier Mortal statue. Okay. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to go buy the other 4. I'm not going to buy 4 more packs because they were $250 a piece. Even the ones that were on the secondary market, I was like, I'll just put one together because I want this Tom Brady Immortal statue. And this is what I paid for each one, which I thought was cheap at the time. Oh, and then I found out I couldn't use the one I got in the pack as part of that collection. So I had to buy another jersey. Then I bought the Tom Brady Carbon Combine stopwatch. Okay. Then I had to buy the Tom Brady Carbon Rookie Draft card. And then I had to get the Tom Brady Combine cleats. And then the Tom Brady Carbon College Resume. And I paid 60, 85, 104, 71, and 95. So 100, 200, 3, 4, 50. Okay, so let's just round it up. I got $500 into this to get the Tom Brady Immortal statue. And it's not licensed. I didn't like it. But here's what this is that I knew. 1, it's very low mint. And 2, it's the first ever NFT. Well, actually, the Access Pass is. So it'd be the second NFT, I guess, now that I'm thinking about it. But anyway, it's going to be up there in the Tom Brady collectibles. So now that I had all the set, I qualified to get in 10 days the they would give me the statue. It would just show up in my account. So if you take that 500 plus the 250 I spent on the pack, that's $750. Okay. So far, it is what it is. So 10 days go by and I get the Tom Brady Carbon Premier Immortal statue. Okay. And there's no sound on it, but it's pretty cool. I mean, it's neat. It's different. Um, and that's how I ended up. So for the 750, I got the Immortal statue. So let's go back to DraftKings now. And I'm going to show you, if I had researched it more and I knew what I knew now, what I should have done. And then I'm going to tell you where I think this is going, even though I got off to such a horrendous start. So this, when you go to DraftKings, you just go to the marketplace. Now this is on Autograph, but DraftKings and Autograph are combined as one. They got their marketplace on DraftKings, so you can get there either way, even though they're 2 different sites. So I'm going to go to the browse. This is the marketplace now where you can go and buy this stuff on the secondhand market, which I highly recommend. I think I'm going to show you why. I got a crappy, well, I should say crappy. It's an old Chromebook, so it's very slow moving. Let me close up some of this that I don't need. Let me get rid of that. Maybe that will help. And I'll go and get rid of the autograph. So that helped. Okay, so when you come into the marketplace, you're going to get the latest drops, which is, I think, Naomi, the tennis player, is who's on there now. Or no, Derek Jeter just dropped, but she's dropping right now as we speak. But Derek Jeter was the last one. But anyway, you just go down to the Tom Brady Origins collection, click on that. And I don't know why this is moving so slow. Okay, and you'll get to the Tom Brady collection. And here's what I mean. You got the ruby, and the first two are autographed. The ruby, the sapphire are autographed. And then you got the emerald, and you got the platinum, then you got the carbon. That's the one I got. First thing I'm going to do now the floor price is only $268.75. That's the point I was going to make, that I didn't have to go through all that. I didn't. Now, it would have been nice with the pack if I had pulled a ruby, like right here, a ruby college resume. It's $2,400, etc. The jersey's $2,400. So that would have been nice, but I didn't. So all I had to do is I could come here now, like if you have not got one yet and you're interested, is just come to the marketplace and buy one. And this is the carbon. There's only, out of the 1,300 possible ones they could make in carbon, only 501 people put together, or 501 sets. So there's only 501 of these. That's extremely rare for being the lowest, level of card. And then the platinum has only 304 sets, 226 for the emerald, 79 for the sapphire, and only 29 will ever be in existence of the ruby. Okay. Now, I'm going to go into here and show you the floor. And they're selling 1 to 2 a day. And they range in price from $250 to $850 every day. They're selling the Tom Brady Immortal statues. Okay, down here's all this is listed. Yesterday, somebody bought number 411 for $268. Okay. Then 2 days ago, somebody bought, somebody bought number 5 for $875. That's a low mint number. That's why they got so much more. Usually the first 10, and I'm no expert on this, but the first 10 are the hot mints, So anyway, here's the point I'm going to make. Let's go look at this. You can get right now a Tom Brady Immortal statue, the first, or if you consider the premier, all the premier pass it was an NFT though. And I'll show you what it looks like, but you can get the second drop then, if you want to call it that, or if they're going to label it the first. And there's only 501 in existence. For right now, the floor is at 268. So let's select and buy. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a total of 41 people who are only willing to sell it. So 460 people are just sitting on it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people are selling it for $300 or less. But watch how the price starts to skyrocket after that. And this is how this NFT game going. Somebody's going to come in and buy up that floor. And this is going to do nothing but go up over the next few years, because of it being part of the first or second Tom Brady, and just the low number of mints. I mean, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. The most somebody's asking for is $250,000. Now, if you're familiar with Vivi sells out immediately. They got floor prices between $50,000 and $3 million right now on Vivi. I wish that Tom Brady had partnered with them. That would have been, they're much advanced platform, much more tied into the market than Autograph is at the moment. But not that this isn't going to be a huge life changing investment for people. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. Listen to me at your own risk, entertainment purposes only. But what I'm saying is, Tom Brady, to be able to get this at that kind of price, like that, what it's at right now, is probably the best deal. This will get discovered. There's just not a whole lot of people the that is into NFTs right now. They're into Tom Brady. It's like the comic books, the comic book people, NFT comics, they're kind of hesitant about, but once they go all in and they understand the value of this, because once you get an NFT, you're part of that club, and then the club can add utility. And and the simplest ways for them to add utility is, uh, there's a barber shop in LA that says anybody who owns the Tom Brady Immortal statue gets 20% off. That's just somebody who's part of the club offering a deal, like you hear with the great apes. Tom Brady might come out and say, anybody who owns my Immortal statue, I'm having a barbecue on Friday night. Everybody who has one can get in, and 5 family members with them, whatever. It's an example. Then you got the real utility of, like, that's permanent. Like with the Disney stuff, they might, for example, if they do an NFT that says, if you own this NFT, you get lifetime entry into the to all the parks, etc. Um, it's their imagination is the limit to what they can do with the utility. But just as a collectible, this is still at a very good price, because what I've seen in the other markets is it will stay. Now, this just was last month is when it dropped. And usually about 2 to 3 months, things are kind of stabilized and quiet, and then all of a sudden, people start to realize, hey, there's only 501 of the. They're selling out on Vivi 60,000 mint runs of items. Okay, when you only got, with all of them collected, the ruby, the sapphire, the emerald, we're talking less than 1,000 mints for all the immortal statues. Period. That's a rare item. Anything below 1,000 is very rare in mint. In Vivi, they'd call it a secret rare. So anyway, that's my story. That's how I got it. I'm glad I got it. I'm way behind. I'm got 750 into it. But the cool thing was they gave you the statue for free. So that kind of that if I still had to pay for it, even though I had the collection, then that would have really, because I didn't read the directions before I went into this. So I think in the long run, I'm going to come out way ahead. I think this is going to pop eventually. When, I don't know. It's the more mainstream NFTs become, and I don't know if football fans are into NFTs yet. People are very suspicious of it and stuff like that. But my point is that when you are going to go into NFTs, you want IP. You want famous, long-tested IP. So if you got on one side a 2-dimensional drawing of an ape with a cigar in his mouth, which is going for, by the way, a couple $1,000,000 right now, and they got maybe 10,000 prints. And then on the other side, you got a Tom Brady NFT that's only got 1,000 at the most. In 10 years from now, which one do you think is going to be valuable. It's because of if it's Disney, if it's Tom Brady, if it's the NFL, if it's Major League Baseball, any of the sports that's licensed. Now, this isn't an NFL licensed NFT, but it's a Tom Brady NFT, which that might be scaring people away right now. But I mean, there's so many factors involved. So anyway, that's the story. They're still going to drop a Gronk Immortal statue set. I don't know when. You can go by let's go look at it real quick. Let's go to the early access and I'll show you what those are and how that works. Now, they'll let you buy, I think, up to 25 packs if you have an early access. So if you're a big time investor, you can come buy a lot of packs. But the packs are going to run you, I think, for the Gronk, probably about $90 a piece. And I'll show you the access and then we'll close this out. So let's get rid of that. These are all the start. They got Derek Jeter, Naomi Osaka. Hers is just dropping as we speak. Tony Hawk was the one, and then Tom Brady's for that. Simon Biles is that Olympic gymnastics. Wayne Gretzky. They did a movie, Chapter 1, the Saw collection. I don't know what the Slam Lago passes is. But anyway, here's the preseason access thing. And let's go look at those. And I actually picked one up afterwards as an investment. But here's the Rob Gronkowski, and I think he's up next, or he's coming up. But if you buy one of these, like here's the Ruby. There's only 12 of them, and it's autographed. And here's the carbon one. That's signed. Okay, then. So the cheapest one you get would be the unsigned one, the Carbon Premier for $32. And that will give you early access to a pack. And there's 5,000 of those. So, but what I'm saying is if you don't want to do that, which this is the first NFT of Rob Gronkowski. And then let's go down here to talk. So let's say this is the first. This is considered the first. So this is a good investment. And in fact, I bought the Emerald one. Tom Brady's way down here at the bottom. And yeah, I got I paid $220 for it. And so if this is, and there's only 1,500 of these. So if this is considered the first ever NFT of Tom Brady, I'm in. I'm covered. Okay. And let's see what the prices look like. There's 200 for sale out of 1,500. So yeah, the price just keeps going up and up. 300. So this actually, maybe this one day can be more valuable than the Immortal statue because it's considered the first NFT. And if the statue is, either way, I think both are great investment. And like I said, you can get the Rob Gronkowski, which I'm going to do for $32. And then you have early access and you can get up to 25 packs. It guarantees you get a pack though. Now, what a lot of guys do is they buy the packs and they resell them when it opens up to the public for like 150, 200 bucks, whatever. But that's it. I hope I explained it well enough that you don't make the mistakes I did. I mean, I'm not in a bad position because I can, I've got all those NFTs now, the shirts, the shoes, and the stopwatch, and they're all going to go up in value too, and I'll be able to sell those. So I know I'll be able to get my 750 back just from those eventually. And then the statue and the Emerald Pass will be pure profit. If I ever, I could hand this down to my grandkids maybe. That's how NFTs are with the ownership. You can hang on to them, and pass them down from generation to generation if you want. So anyway, that's it. I think I covered everything. Thank you for, down below, this video is all my links, and you can see the Pro Advertisers Club. If you got anything to advertise, you can advertise NFTs on it, affiliate programs. It's free advertising. I got 450 people in there. It's growing every day. Go down and sign up for free and check it out. Got nothing to lose. And that's